On your night, be so sentimental when I step in the middle, when I do a little dance to the turns daylight. So jump in a moment. Margella got me feeling iconic, and if you can't groove, she don't want it. Great sex, say less.
Baby, what you talking about? This was something else with that. That's what she said. She said, say less. Say less. 'Cause you already got me, baby.
It's Week 18 of the National Football League.
And we'll get a look here at Devin Colt.
He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. It's the Texans and the Vikings.
And it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this league, now in his 5th year at quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll get a couple up to the 29. Hey, look at the defense for these Texans. They were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass. You know, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
Well, 3 and out to start the game would have been a real disappointment, so this is a nice job of finding something you think will work and executing it. And they're able to keep this opening drive going.
There go play action. Here's McCarthy. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. He stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that'll force upon them a 3rd and 14. From the shotgun, McCarthy. And he fends them off, but now he's swallowed up and taken down. Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him. The Vikings send out their punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. He'll look to set up his blockers. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So here come the Texans now for their first drive. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
A good pickup there at 22. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Stroud. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. In motion goes the tight end. Throwing now is Stroud. Looking middle, and that's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down at will. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Stroud to throw it. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Texans get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And the result, a Houston touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And the Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Now McCarthy. He finds his man, complete. That's Webb. Touchdown, Vikings! A big play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. The extra point by Bass, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out now comes the Houston offense as you take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And the division title, that's out of reach. We know that. This is as good a spot, Charles, as they're going to get. That first wild card and the number 5 overall seed.
Barton is not out of the question, especially with the 7 seeds that they have now in the playoffs. If you do win and the other wild card teams win in the first round, you could find yourself with a home game in the divisional round. Now, we know that's not likely, but it's not out of the question. Bottom line, you have to win to put yourself in that position.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. And look at this defense for the Vikings. This crew against the pass, it's been a real struggle. 2nd from the bottom in the NFL, number 31.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. They'll send the tight end in motion left. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. Here's Stroud. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over it that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
From the gun on third down, here's Stroud. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. Now Stroud. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Looking to throw McCarthy. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And they'll get this route past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Wide open receiver complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. To the air with McCarthy. Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Throwing is McCarthy. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Here's McCarthy. And this is going to be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So Tyler Bass on now for the field goal. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. The kick by Bass is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell us end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they want to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Stroud looking to throw. And this one's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. And Stroud now to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The Texans are 13-3 now on the year. And I tell you, it has been a few months now since they've tasted defeat, and they are without question the hottest team in football.
And I'm really not sure who's going to beat them right now because, to me, they have to be the favorites to go all the way because they're not just beating teams, they're dominating them. It's been fun to watch them play, not just in their winning, but how they're getting it done.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And they're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Again, it's Stroud. And he comes back with one complete. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Now 2nd and 3. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Now Stroud going to bat it forward on the touch pass. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Texans are able to move back in front. Just a great individual effort there to take that pop pass and scamper off into the end zone.
And that's why offenses love that play, partner, because that gives them a chance to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers with a full head of steam behind them. It's often like a track relay. Legs 2, 3, and 4. That first guy steaming ahead, and he just hands it to you, and you get a chance to take off and go before you even get the baton.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage here by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. 2nd and 3. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. Still on his feet, and he's hauled away down to the 6-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Looking to throw. McCarthy. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. McCarthy operating from the gun. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. They'll try to run this one in. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The kick by Bass is good. So 3 points on the board. As easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's a 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And the Texans going to get the football one final time here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Stroud working out of the gun. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Stroud. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A really good pickup of 28 yards. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Play action. Stroud now. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Tucker's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman. Hey, we get it. No time to waste. Playoffs starting next week. We skip right over halftime and get back to the action. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Texans offense and C.J. Stroud getting ready for this next drive. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half They didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
That is incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
A shotgun snap to Stroud. And that is incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Fielded at the 20. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
And both sides searching for adjustments. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Tall task ahead of them here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And we'll see what he can do on the return. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Texans will take over. Houston set to take over. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
To throw again on 2nd down. Stroud, flush to his right. Wide open receiver, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. In motion, the tight end. They'll look to throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Here goes Stroud again. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9.
1st and goal, Houston.
Stroud. That is caught at the 7-yard line. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And this will be a touchdown from 6 yards away. And they are able to add on to their advantage. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock. You're in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. 3rd quarter action here, this regular season finale. This will be 2nd and 10. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Nick Bonito able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. 3rd down from the gun, McCarthy being chased out left. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Texans scoop it. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. That's unfortunate because he had a nice run going, but give credit to the defense. They got a hand in the cookie jar there, CD.
You have to think about vision, finding a place to get down after you know you've gotten all you can out of a run. And obviously ball security is paramount. In today's football, everyone's coming after the rock. You've got to make sure you protect it and protect the yardage you just gained.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Following the fumble recovery, Stroud. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Good work after the catch, gets him 15 and a 1st down.
A gain of 15. 1st down, Texans.
Stroud to throw it. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the 1st time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. The throwing again is Stroud. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Deron Payne in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th. And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. And the football going back to the Vikings offense. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Webb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. In motion goes the tight end. Now McCarthy. A quick throw there is incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
He finds his man complete. That's Rhodes. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 29-yard line.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
To the air again, McCarthy. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Christian Harris in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. 2nd and 13. Under pressure, they got him again. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw. McCarthy. And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now that one, an absolute backbreaker. A chance to get back within a score, couldn't do it.
Yeah, that one went begging, as they say, right? There's the opportunity, and it was missed. But all hope's not lost just yet. But, boy, getting back within one score would have been a powerful motivator.
Down the numbers. There he goes. He's still on his feet. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. 53 yards. And the Texans extend their 4th quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. Throwing to start the drive. McCarthy. He finds his man complete. That's Rhodes. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Another solid game-changing play for this defense with the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. In motion comes the tight end left. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Now receiver in motion left. Now Stroud going to bat it forward on the touch pass. Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. Throwing now is Stroud. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. From 3 yards out. And the Texans use the short field to get in for 6. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And able to get this out to the 25. The Vikings offense and J.J. McCarthy getting ready to go back to work. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. Looking to throw McCarthy. He finds his man, complete. It's Rhodes. Now he's loose at the 40. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. 81 yards. And the Vikings are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
And this one is incomplete. The Texans send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To the air with McCarthy. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play.
Throwing is McCarthy.
Over the middle, complete. It's Rhodes. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Here's McCarthy.
He finds his man, complete. That's Webb. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen.
Can't get away, and he's taken down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear.